Hello everyone, welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're not going to only be giving away one jersey, we're going to be giving away 2 jerseys. Yes, that's right, 2 jerseys. So make sure you subscribe so we can hit our goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of July. Now, back to the video. So we're starting to get some transfer news trickling in. Cesar Malo reported today that the LA Galaxy is on the verge of signing Marco Reus from Borussia Dortmund, and they are on the verge of trading $350K in general allocation money to Charlotte FC for the discovery rights for the German midfielder. Now, this is a pretty good signing for the LA Galaxy to get the German midfielder for a non-DP contract. So it looks like he's going to make around 1.7 mil annually, and he's going to be subsidized with some I think it's going to be some marketing and maybe some endorsement deals that gets his salary a little higher for him to make the move to Southern California. Now, Charlotte FC was reported to offer the German international $4 million annually, but that wasn't enough to entice him to come over. He had offers from Saudi Arabia and a couple MLS clubs, but he had his eye on the LA Galaxy from the start, and it looks like he's going to make the move to the LA Galaxy. Now, the question is, at 35 years old, what can the Dortmund midfielder give this LA Galaxy team? Is he going to start? Is he going to be a super sub? Which player do you take out of the midfield? You obviously have Ricky Puig, you have Cerrillo, you have Delgado, and you have Brugman as 4 rotating pieces. Who do you take out? Is Marco Reus going to start? And if he does, how vulnerable does this make this midfield? Obviously, at 35 years old, he's limited in what he can do, but it's him and Puig kind of play a similar role. So I'll be very, very curious to see how they make both of these pieces work, and how much better does this make the Galaxy. Obviously, the Galaxy has a team right now constructed of a lot of players that are kind of building their profiles out. Not any really household names like the Galaxy normally have, but Marco Reus obviously is a name, and this is the second big signing that they have made on a TAM deal. The first one being Zlatan Ibrahimovic back in 2018. After a year of great production for the Swedish international, they ended up rewarding him with a designated player contract. As the way the rules are constructed currently, the Galaxy can't do that because they've already got their 3 DP spots locked up with Joseph Paintsil, Gabriel Peck, and Ricky Puig, who just recently signed a new deal. So it looks like Marco Reus is going to have to stay on a TAM deal unless they change some rules next offseason, which is always possible. But if MLS has taught us anything, they don't normally make many changes like that. They always let us down, right? So it looks like this is going to be a TAM deal, which I do love this deal for that, because it's really a low risk, high reward. I mean, if he doesn't do well, the deal is only through 2025, and there's not like they have millions and millions of dollars tied up into the midfielder. So I like this signing. This is definitely the tip of the iceberg of what's to come this summer, and there's going to be more great moves made. Now, the next move is Giorgios Giakoumakis, who is reportedly on the verge of going to Cruz Azul. Now, the Mexican side has agreed to terms with the Greek international, and they're going to pay $10 million to Atlanta United for him. Now, this one hurts from a production standpoint because Giakoumakis is a very productive striker in Major League Soccer, but Atlanta United is imploding and they're having a terrible season. So fire sell, fire sell, fire sell. It makes sense that they fired after, or to sell these players after they fired Gonzalo Pineda, and Carlos Bocanegra is also likely out the door in the near future. That Garth Lagerwey wants to build this club his way. So if someone's offering you $10 million for a 30-year-old striker, even if they are productive, you take it every single time and you run to the bank with it. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly Atlanta United does. Are they going to keep that DP spot open for the rest of the year? Are they going to fill it? I think that the wise move would be to wait until they get a new head coach and see what he wants to do with his system and how he wants to build this club. And then they can make the decision on what they want to do with that designated player spot. But when you look at the season that Atlanta United has had so far, it makes sense of why they make this move. And they should count their blessings and be thankful that someone is willing to pay $10 million for a striker. Now, third was Chucky Lozano. Jeff Carlisle reported today that Chucky Lozano has officially agreed to terms with San Diego FC, and he is going to be making between $7 to $9 million annually. This is obviously a very strategic signing for San Diego FC. If you haven't checked my video out with Tony Sanchez of San Diego Football, we went in great depth about this signing and a couple others that San Diego FC might be making this summer. But Chucky Lozano, obviously a Mexican international. There's a heavy Mexican American population in San Diego, and it's right close to the border of Tijuana in Mexico. This signing ticks a lot of boxes. So it makes a lot of sense why to make this signing. Now the question is, Chucky Lozano is going to be 30 years old next year, and he's actually going to be older than Carlos Vela was in his first season with LAFC by 1 year. And Chucky Lozano is going to play with PSV for 6 months until January, when he will link up with his new club in San Diego FC. I'm just wondering if this signing is going to make as much of an impact on the pitch as it did with Carlos Vela in 2018. Obviously, Chucky Lozano is a household name, very popular amongst the Mexican international fans, but I just don't know what he's going to do at San Diego, right? You're paying someone $7 to $9 million a year. That's going to put him in the top 10 highest earners in the league. You're expecting them to do more than just off the field jersey sales. You're expecting them to be great on the pitch. And I just don't know how many goals he's going to score for San Diego FC. He's not really that's not really his style of play at this point in his career. Obviously, he had the one great season at Napoli, and then he fell off pretty hard. They won the league with PSV this year, but I question what quality and how much he has left. They're going to sell the jerseys, right? They're definitely going to sell a lot of kits with San Diego FC, but I just don't know production wise how well it's going to be. I'd like to know what you guys think. Are you guys sold on the Chucky Lozano signing by San Diego FC, or do you think he will be a bust? Will he be more like Giovanni Dos Santos, or will he be more like Carlos Vela? I tend to think he's probably going to be more like Carlos Vela, but he's not going to be as productive. He's definitely going to be better in MLS than Giovanni Dos Santos was. It's just a matter of how much better is he going to be. And there's also the report that came out most recently about Antoine Griezmann, saying that he had a release clause in his deal of 12 million euros for someone to buy him at Atletico Madrid. Now, LAFC is a club that has been rumored for several months, almost even a year, with Antoine Griezmann. Obviously, the link up with Carlos Vela and him being really good friends. Now, the issue is Carlos Vela does not play for this team anymore, and so that kind of throws a wrench in it. But Olivier Giroud plays for this team, and Hugo Lloris plays for this team, which are both national team teammates of Antoine Griezmann. So it makes sense of why he would link up with them and join them in LAFC. And he has said numerous times he wants to come to America eventually. Now, people might say that he's too young to come here now, but he is 33 years old and will be 34 obviously next year. And what better time to come now when he still has a lot to offer? So I think that there is a very, very high chance, I would say even greater than 50% chance that Antoine Griezmann makes his way to MLS this summer, and more specifically with LAFC. I don't see Inter Miami signing him. They've already got a longer list of players that they are focused on, and I think it's important for the league to spread out the names to give more interest across the league, instead of just having all the stars huddled or in one spot in one city. It gives more interest and kind of makes things more interesting on a competitive level. So that will be interesting to see if Antoine Griezmann actually makes the move over to MLS this summer. I rate that at a greater than 50% chance of happening. And I think that would probably be the third biggest signing in MLS history, behind obviously David Beckham and Leo Messi. Now, that one is debated on which one is more important. You can make the argument either way, but nonetheless, those are the two biggest signings in MLS history. Antoine Griezmann would be number 3 without a doubt, and it would be a great, great signing for the league heading into the summer during Leagues Cup. Let me know in the comment section, what signing do you guys want to see MLS make this summer? I know people say, why do you say the league? Why don't you say specific teams? Well, the problem is I don't know what team these players want to play for, right? It's kind of like all just kind of merged together when it comes to rumors and players come to this league, or they'll say Miami or the LA teams. But what is a player that you would like to see come to this league this summer? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if it is a player that's coming, is it realistic? Now, obviously, there's players you'd like to see, but what is a realistic player you want to see come to MLS this summer? Because this is going to be a very active summer, and Apple executives want MLS to start spending more money. So that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be very exciting. You guys need to stay tuned. I'm going to be putting out several videos as signings start to come through and we get confirmation of these players signing. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video down below, hit the little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.